All right, how y'all doing? Thanks for joining me here at Trading Conviction. Hey, I want to say Happy New Year's, and I'm excited for this year because this is what we've been waiting for. So in this video, I will go over the crypto that I'm holding, what I think is going to happen, my game plan, and if y'all stay to the end, I got a little bonus for y'all. But before we get into it, stick to your decisions, follow your plans, and take action. Let's get into it. So before I get into what crypto I'm holding and what my game plan is, basically we got to look at what happened in 2024.
A spot Bitcoin ETF was finally approved. In fact, all 11 applications were approved by the SEC this Wednesday.
And
SEC approved ETF applications from 21 shares, Bitwise, BlackRock, Fidelity iShares, Benek, and Franklin Templeton, along with Invesco Galaxy
and if we look at Bitcoin, all right, scroll out here. All right, price. Let's go. Come on. All right, about right here. 2024, about January 30th, somewhere around there, the ETF was created. So a push from around the 44K level, around there. All right, a little below there, and pushed all the way up into March to around 73, 74,000, which was a significant push higher, but then it started pulling back a little bit, pushing up higher because there's a bunch of other stuff going on. All right, like
fight intensifies, with President Putin claiming his troops are gaining ground every day. The Ukrainians say those gains come at a high price for Russia.
I see how much troops Russians lose.
And then we had
IDF confirms Hezbollah launched 30 rockets from Lebanon in northern Israel this morning.
Jim Sciutto, this is obviously
it's a major attack. There's no
what
question.
You are seeing, what we are all seeing with our own eyes, is a major attack from Iran.
It's a major attack, Dana, and it's an escalation. It's an escalation of this war.
And then recently we also had the
South Korean president declaring martial law in a late-night TV address.
And
court in South Korea has issued an arrest warrant for the country's suspended president. Yoon Suk-yeol was impeached after declaring martial law on December the 3rd, only for the decision to be reversed hours later when MPs forced their way into parliament to vote it down.
All right, the Fed
lowered its benchmark borrowing rate by 0.25 percentage point. This is the third consecutive cut by the Fed.
The new plan is to slow down the rate cuts
from 4 to 2, which over here you can see there's a pretty strong push higher, but then on 18th created that doji, then price pulled back pretty, I don't want to say really significantly, but pushed down a decent amount, hitting the 92,000 level and managing to stay within that range. What else do we got?
Proposing tariffs.
Import tariffs,
big tariffs.
And we had the Mt. Gox distribution to victims, which I think they postponed, but I still think that is going to happen. All right, then we got MSTR. They're
every day for the past 4 years, I've said, buy Bitcoin, don't sell the Bitcoin. I'm going to be buying more Bitcoin. I'm going to be buying Bitcoin at the top forever.
Right, even from bottom here all the way up, and even just recently from, I think it was the 19th to the 26th, was buying up crypto over about 2,000 BTC. And now their average cost went from 54,000 to around 64,000. So they are still in profit. Right, we got El Salvador. They received IMF funds and they used some of it to buy up BTC. We got U.S. states and other countries talk up about creating
a U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve.
It's establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve
that would see the Federal Reserve actually buy Bitcoin and something like 5% of the total supply.
Right, and then we did have that little scare of the
Google announcing Willow, their quantum processor.
Potentially quantum computing being able to do stuff or break the security of not only Bitcoin but other cryptos, but that's not going to happen for a while. I know there's some people that say maybe it can happen 10 years and all that, but it's not going to happen. All right, especially with the government's purchasing up Bitcoin and also the ISO 222 crypto compliant coins. There's going to be a ton of money poured into protecting any assets that the government is getting into or owns, as well as private and public private entities also protecting their assets. So there's already some coins coming out that are quantum resistant.
Algorand is a quantum secure ledger, meaning the entire history of the chain is safeguarded against future threats of quantum computers. Here's Algorand's CTO, John Woods, speaking about Falcon.
And we have used a technology known as Falcon, which harnesses these n-dimensional lattices from Interstellar that I just talked about, to secure the history of the blockchain. So every 256 rounds, i.e. every 256 blocks, we cryptographically sign with a post-quantum digital signature that quantum computers cannot break.
Right, and of course, a lot of these
Hedera.
Those can be upgraded to allow protections against quantum computing.
Is Hedera secure against quantum computers?
In a recent statement from Hedera, they say, Hedera is post-quantum secure for hashing and encryption. As the quantum landscape evolves, so too will our network. We are keeping a close eye on developments and can upgrade the network as needed to protect from emerging quantum threats. Listen to co-founder of Hedera explain.
All right, so we're in really good shape. So here's where we are in Hedera. We use 4 cryptographic primitives. We use hashes in the hash map. Okay, so we have the hash graph that has hashes in it, and we have the history of everything that's ever happened that's tied together with hashes, sort of like a blockchain. So we have hashes all through the system. And we use SHA-384, not 256. Why do we use the extra bits? It's so that we're CNSA compliant, which is, the government requires that for top secret information. And why does it require it? Because it is, we believe, secure against giant quantum computers.
So don't let that scare you out. It's not scaring me out. And if it was scaring people out, then these big institutions would have sold. Moving on. Now, we also got to talk about what is coming up in 2025. So a lot of things coming up in 2025 that can push BTC. I'm thinking to 505,000, which is a $10 trillion market cap for BTC. And XRP, I think, can at least, at minimum, hit around the $10 level. Of course, all these other cryptos like Algo, HBAR, and all that will likely push above $1 and even higher. So we'll see what's coming up in 2025. So we got, of course, like we've been talking about before.
I will cut the price of energy and electricity in half. Ready? 12 months from January 20th, I take office on January 20th, your electric bill, including cars, air conditioners, heating, everything, your total electric bill will be 50% less. We're going to cut it in half.
He gets into office January 20th, which is also going to be a pro-crypto administration. So that's looking good. He also said,
if crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way. And that's what's going to happen.
We got the main one coming up, which is
the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile.
And like we said before, there's the other countries wanting to create an SBR, like Japan, Russia, and other countries like Argentina. El Salvador is already doing it, something similar to that. So we'll see what happens right there. But if he does an executive order on the first day he comes in, or at least the first week, Bitcoin is going to push likely to 120,000, depending on where Bitcoin is at before he gets into office. All right, got that.
Last week, Trump named David Sachs as his White House AI and crypto czar. In a statement, Trump says Sachs will help guide policy on areas, quote, critical to the future of American competitiveness.
And then we got the
Bo Hines is joining the second Trump administration. The president-elect posted on Truth Social that he has appointed Hines as the executive director of the Presidential Council of Advisors for Digital Assets, also known as the Crypto Council.
Okay, then we got Paul Atkins, incoming SEC chair. Then we got...
On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman. I didn't know he was that unpopular.
That happens on January 20th. As long as he sticks to it and it leaves, good to go. And well, he's probably going to stick to it because Trump will fire him if he doesn't. All right, and this is a really huge one to bring a lot of the crypto folks back to the United States or for them to stay here.
What kind of tax cuts would you look at? We've heard again, potential cut in the payroll tax, indexing capital gains. What would you accept?
Well, you know, we've been talking about indexing for a long time. And many people like indexing, and it can be done very simply. It can be done directly by me. And so we've been looking at that. As you probably have heard, I can do it directly. So we're talking about indexing, and we're always looking at the capital gains tax, payroll tax. We're looking at, I would love to do something on capital gains. We're talking about that. That's a big deal, goes through Congress. Payroll tax is something that we think about, and a lot of people would like to see that.
With the 0% capital gains tax on US-based issued crypto, a lot of crypto will stay here in the United States and make it a strong haven for crypto organizations, which is going to be a huge deal, right? We talked about the SBR in other countries. So Ripple IPO, that's going to be pretty significant. Again, like some of these other YouTube channels I'm watching and stuff that I hear and read and so on, and this is what I think also is that things like Ripple, Coinbase, basically these companies that do anything with crypto, or these companies that are holding a lot of crypto like Bitcoin and creating a treasury for it, are going to become very, very huge and likely be amongst the huge companies like Netflix, Microsoft, Apple, and all that. So it might be within the Magnificent Seven, or at least be up in that top tier echelon. Ripple appeal potentially thrown out. There's the January 15th appeal decision or whatever it is coming out. But once the pro-sec chair, Paul Atkins, comes in, there's a highly likelihood that the appeal will get thrown out. All right, we got the International Organization for Standardization.
ISO 20022 has
ISO 20022.
ISO 20022.
What? ISO compliant cryptocurrencies.
ISO 20022.
ISO 20022 standard.
ISO 20022.
ISO 222 becoming effective. When I mean effective, that all banks need to comply with that standard come November 2025. And the cryptos that are ISO compliant are
these 8 altcoins.
XRP and Stellar XLM are the most integrated. XDC, IOTA, and Algorand are also confirmed to be compliant.
HBAR and Quant.
And ADA, which is Cardano. And the interesting thing is XRP and XLM are members of the ISO 200 standardization body, with XLM being able to become a member because of IBM. So very interesting, especially with what's going to go on with XRP and the other folks that are in the ISO 222 compliance. So let's not sleep on this. This will do a lot for the crypto market, even if just a few of these. The main ones is being 0% capital gains and this SBR. Those two. That SBR is created and all these other countries and organizations and states and so on do that. That means it's almost like a whole full adoption of crypto. And I think it was like 5% or 6% or something less of people in crypto or that own Bitcoin or some form of crypto. So if that happens, then there'll be more adoption and a higher percentage of people buying up crypto or utilizing crypto, which will be a big deal for the market. All right, moving on. This is the crypto that I'm holding. So I got BTC. I forgot what the channel is called, but I did like what the person of the channel, what you were saying.
So you got payments, right? You got XRP. We got fast payments. We got XLM.
fast payments. This to me would be commercial, this would be consumer, and you have tokenization of assets through Algorand. They're going to be tokenizing everything on the stock market, and Algorand, in my opinion, will play a big part. XLM is already working with companies for consumer, and XRP is already working with banks all over the world to create faster payment. Then we got infrastructure. These are just examples. You got Ethereum, HBAR, and ADA. Then you have supply chain. When money moves at the speed of light, supply chain has to move at the speed of light. And then Bitcoin, to me, is a store of value.
And a BTC, just like I think, is a store of value, like silver and gold. And even the Treasury and the Fed think that, right? They labeled BTC as a store of value, and that it's not competition with the dollar. It's in competition with gold and silver.
People use Bitcoin as a speculative asset, right? It's like gold. It's just like gold, only it's virtual. It's digital.
That's why I'm in BTC. XRP, XLM, payment processing coins. And those two are ISO 222 compliant and members. And the reason this is being, I know there's some channels that say, hey, who cares about it? But the reason it is significant is because they're not looking to fight, right? Swift and all that, which XR or Ripple didn't want to do before. They're looking to work with the financial system and upgrade it and basically create a new financial system where crypto is incorporated. So this is very significant because, again, it's not causing a rift between governments attempting to just cancel this straight out. So since it's working with the system, right? This is why a lot of governments are starting to work with it, or big financial institutions starting to work with it, because a lot of big financial institutions will not do nothing with it. Just like they didn't want to do nothing when XRP started to either, like, exchanges started delisting them, taking them off, not allowing it to be traded, and other banks not wanting to have anything to do with Ripple and its crypto XRP, or its token XRP. So XRP is commercial based. So they're working with the central banks, big institutions, et cetera, and XLM is consumer based. And a lot of it has to do with like remittances, which is a big market, right? Especially for people wanting to move money over to their country and to their families. Okay. Now we got HBAR, ADA, and Sol, which is Solana. These are all infrastructure for like dApps and et cetera. But with HBAR and ADA being ISO 222 compliant. So again, you got to think, why do these tokens want to be ISO 222 compliant? And the reason being is, again, not trying to fight the system, but work with the system. Okay? Then we got Algorand, which is Algo, and it's for tokenization, right? Even BlackRock, Larry Fink was saying.
Let me be clear. I think ETFs are step one in the technological revolution in the financial markets. Step two is going to be the tokenization of every financial asset. And to me, this is where we believe it's going. So we're looking at Bitcoin, we're looking at ETFs in the same manner. These are technological changes that can allow us to move forward.
And you see it all across the board. Even some of the YouTube channels are trying to tokenize their channels, right? With a few of them I watched, right? And then also Algorand is ISO 222 compliant. What? This is crazy. I really do think those tokens, XRP, XLM, HBAR, ADA, and Algo, are highly depressed and trading at a deep discount. Okay, so if there's anything that you should probably get into is those ones. And this is, you'll see it when I get to what my game plan is. All right. Now we got DOT and Link, which is interoperability between blockchains, with Link already having a partnership or working with the Swift payment processing system. And Swift does trillions, like $6 trillion a day in payment processing, and Link is with them. So Link, I think, is highly depressed, and Link's been pushing up significantly, and I think it should be even higher. Right, I'm sticking with those, and I have those. Right, GRT, which is interesting because they call it the Google of blockchain ecosystem. So from my understanding is that, right, it's a place where it gets a lot of the blockchain data and has it in one area, so you don't have to keep looking at it, especially for people who create like decentralized applications and so on. So then all the data indexing and querying is right there, and the token is a GRT. So that is an interesting token and interesting, I guess, company business. I have to look more into it, but it got me very interested in getting it. All right, we got BCH payments, which is payments, and I got into it because well, it has Bitcoin in the name too. But it also has 21 million tokens that could ever be minted, just like BTC. So what I am thinking is that eventually, right, when BTC is too high, that people might pour into BCH, and I even think Michael Saylor is talking about BCH also, right? So I'm getting into that one also, and then we got the meme coins, which is Pepe, Floki, Bonk, and Giga. The only reason I got Giga Chad is because I don't feel like I'm a Giga Chad, and also my kids wanted me to buy some. So now, what I think is going to happen. So what I think going to the charts, what I think is going to happen on the first day President Trump gets into office, right? Either on that first day or within that week. And the thing is, he also owns crypto coin as well as his businesses. And there's a lot of pro crypto people, and supposedly that he got elected because a lot of money was poured in from the crypto community, right, for his campaign. So what I'm thinking is he's gonna come in, hit it very hard with the executive order, and we're gonna see that if Bitcoin within right the next couple weeks pushes up above the 1010 level, it might pull back and at least hold above, let's say, the 105,000 or hit that 106 and bounce between here. And if it pushes up to about 118,000 somewhere right here, then once he does that executive order, it'll push significantly higher above the 120K level. And of course, there'll probably be a little bit of selling happen, especially with the weaker hands, right? Wanting to get out and potentially you've been holding somewhere around here, and I want to be able to take that hit if price does drop. Now, is this going to be enough for price to really start cranking and for the exchanges and stuff, right? The potential manipulation that's going on for it not to take effect no more because now Bitcoin's on its own momentum pushing higher. Potentially could happen. And if that actually does happen, Bitcoin's just gonna soar and probably push above the 150,000 fairly quickly, which will likely cause the fear and greed index to push significantly higher. So we'll see what happens. Bitcoin dominance might go up. So we'll see what happens there. But at least in the first couple weeks, right, we need to see price push above 110,000, which I think can happen. Right, as long as price holds above the 92,000 level going into this weekend. If price can push above the 95,000 level going into this weekend, we're cooking. Right, so that's what I think is gonna happen on here, and it's all price dependent. But people are still coming off the holiday weekends, right? It is New Year, so not that many people are in the market, and this Thursday and Friday will show where I guess people's headspace are in price action, but especially Monday, January 6th. That'll show where people are at because now that's new week after all these holiday vacations. All right, moving on to XRP. One thing I like about XRP is right now. All right, let's go to the weekly chart. Looks a little bit better. All right, we got a descending wedge, which this is great. This is my bread and butter because price pushed up significantly, which is about, let's say, right from right here. This was about 356% all the way to its high was about 477%. Well, let's take 360%. Right. It pushed up, went up a little bit higher, but then it started consolidating down. Descending wedge is very, very, very strong signal, especially when price pushed up a significant amount like it did right here. And then now it's pushing up higher. All right, so the New Year's, there's some fairly good news in, and people are pouring up into here. And XRP, right? They're saying it's just same thing like Bitcoin and Bitcoin first started, but with XRP being more, a lot more utility with XRP, especially with it being ISO 222 compliant and working with the financial system. So if price does push up higher, which I think it will, and by before January 20th, right? I think price will push up above 250, maybe hit 260. And then once that SBR stuff comes down and January, no, Gary Gensler resigns because maybe that January 15th might pull price down lower, depending on what happens with that appeal. An interesting thing is if Gary Gensler just doesn't do nothing, but Looks like they're trying to do their last little push against crypto. But if we take that push right here, that 350, right from about right here, 350% gain, right, pushes up way above. That's only 129, way above the $4 level. I think it'll, at minimum, hit $4 after January 20th. Now, by the end of this year, if we at least get, let's go back here, if we at least get the SBR, or not at least, at minimum, get the SBR, the Ripple IPO, 0% capital gains tax on US based crypto, right? And of course, yeah, the pill thrown out. Oh, and I forgot to say the XRP ETF. At least those price will be above $5 by, I would say, let's say third quarter. That's what I'm thinking. XRP holding. Okay, well, let's go over here then. So that's what I think is gonna happen. What's my game plan? Well, this is my game plan, right? I'm gonna hold on to my current BTC and BCH holdings. I'm gonna hold that till, I don't know, the end of existence. BTC is star value. BCH, sort of, but it has Bitcoin in its name, and it was talking. Michael Saylor was talking something good about it too. So we got, right. Or I already said this before, but I'm creating, making, or at least, well, not creating, but building up, because it's already created, but building up XRP, XLM, HBAR, Algo, ADA, right, in the treasury, and I'm buying up as much as possible. So if Algo's lower, I'm getting into there. If HBAR is lower, I'm gonna get into there. If XLM is lower, I'll get into there. ADA is lower, I'll get into there. XRP is lower, I'll get into there. So whichever one is trading at discount, I'm buying up. But either way, if XRP is $2.70, I've done it before, I'll purchase it up. If XLM is $1, purchase it up. So I'm gonna build this up as much as possible before things really start cooking. I think I'm gonna base it off price and also off what the fundamentals are telling me. At the time, I'll potentially stop buying it up. XRP, I'll likely stop buying it at, if it pushes above $10, but maybe even there I'll still be buying up depending on what the fundamentals are. But even if I wasn't getting an XRP, if it pushed above $10, there's still XML, XLM, HBAR, Algo, and ADA. XLM, I think it's trading at, I don't know, like 40 something cents. I got it over here. Nope, let's pull it up. Where's XLM trading at? All right, it's trading around 41 cents. So even if it pushes up $1, maybe even $1.50, $2, I'll buy it up. HBAR, I think it was trading at 28 cents, or HBAR is trading at 29 cents. Yes, even at 50 cents or $1, still buy it up. Right, Algo is trading at 36 cents, same thing. So these are trading at a good discount. ADA is like at 80, 90 cents, 90 cents. Trading at a discount, so I'll buy these up even if XRP pushes up extremely higher. But either way, I'm still building this treasury up as much as possible. I want over 10,000 tokens on each. Okay, and then for this, I got some Solana, which I don't know. Solana's been acting kind of weird and funny, and I don't know what it's been doing. I haven't been researching it too much, but look, price already had a significant pullback. It's attempting to pull back higher. There's some outages and stuff that are happening with it, and other things happening with it, but I just don't like the price movement. Right, it potentially be pushed up higher. I might just hold on to those tokens, but if it hits 500 to 1,000, I'll sell it. I don't have too much, so I want to use those funds to get into XRP and all this stuff and build up that trade. I really do want to build treasury. Basically, I want to be the Microsoft strategies of these ISO 222 compliant coins. So the more I can buy, the more I can buy. All right, DOT I'm staking, so I'm gonna keep it because I'm earning some interest with it. The interest went down because DOT's been gaining a lot more traction. So as it gains a lot more traction, the price goes higher. The interest rate for the staking goes a little bit down because it has more and more people in it. As more of the token is sold, the staking goes up. But either way, I'm keeping it. And the main one, one of them I really did like, and I bought some, but I wasn't really looking too much into it. Is Link, and it's because I found out that it's has a, well, I don't know, partnership, or is working with Swift, right? It's incorporated with the Swift payment processing system. So since it's doing that, prices has gone up significantly, and I think it's still going to push up higher. Let's check it out. So let's go on the daily. And look, I like that pattern too. But let's go on the daily. We got price was around $10, I think, when I bought it. I bought it somewhere over here, maybe a little bit higher. But price has pushed up to 31 and then pulled back. I really do think price is probably gonna hit $100, $100 maybe $200. So there's gonna be a significant push up higher. I have right here a target of 65.70, but I think it's gonna push up higher than that, which is a market cap of 100 billion. I think it'll probably go a little bit higher than that and push up to that maybe in the top 10 tokens. All right, then we got GRT, which I just recently got into it, but I want to build up about 10,000 coins and then stop there. GRT isn't too much. It's about, I think 30 something cents? Right, so if I buy now, I can buy up a significant amount of this GRT token, which is, what is it at? Oh, 20 cents. Yeah, so I can buy up a decent amount of GRT tokens the earlier I get into it. All right, and then Pepe Bank and Giga, I'm gonna just leave it alone because, right, a lot of it's based off what people are interested in it. There's a lot of news I see about Pepe or like Elon Musk saying stuff about it or interested in it or hyping it up. So maybe that can push up higher. It does seem like the Elon Musk move of crypto is not as significant as it was in 2021. But if these three have a strong push up higher, like for instance, Pepe and Bonk drop a zero, same thing with Giga, then I'm going to sell them and move those on over to BTC and BCH and also use some of it to build up treasury. Maybe like a, I don't know, 70-30 split. 70 into building up the treasury, 30 into the BTC and BCH holdings. Floki meme coin, I'm looking to see where it goes. So I'm not potentially, I am going to hold on that. I want to see what they do. It's similar to Sheep's doing a lot of stuff too with its, was it Shibarium and all that, and Floki has the Valhalla and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm looking to see what Floki is going to do.
What makes Floki unique? What makes Floki special? Why would you ever want to get behind a project like Floki? And really, it's Floki's three pillars that truly makes them unique and differentiates them. They do these three different initiatives really, really well. They have a huge community. We'll go over these numbers in just a second. They have massive utility. Like, seriously, they have so many different products, a lot of utility here. And of course, they're a charity. Like, Floki does give away a lot of money to charity. They truly are helping people around the world.
And see if they continue it. So, but there's looks like a lot of promise with the Floki community and what the Floki developers are doing. But with all of this, I'm looking to create some type of, I guess, not distribution, but for my portfolio. So 25% looking to keep in BTC, BCH, 50% ISO compliant coins, 15% and others, meaning DOT, Link, GRT, etc., and then 10% in the meme coins. I'm looking to readjust it quarterly, right? What do I mean by that? Meaning if the meme coins are now 30% of my portfolio, then I have to sell it down to 10% and then move it over to the other ones. I'm likely going to move those ones either to BTC, BCH, and or build up my treasury, which is the ISO compliant coin, right? And that's only for the meme coins, but for the ISO compliant coins and the other coins and my BTC, BCH, if those go up higher, then I'll use just the additional money that I get and I'll build up the meme coins or whatever other coins. But I am not looking to sell my treasury. I really want to build that up and hold on to my BT. This one I definitely do not want to sell off. XLM and all that. Eventually, when things change up, I'll probably pull, depending on what the price is, pull a little bit here and there and be good. I am also looking at eventually pulling out the principal I have in this and just keeping the market's money in there and then trade with that so I can go on to other endeavors and build the financial business I have. Well, yeah, the financial business that consists of other things and also my trading, crypto, forex, and so on business. So that's my game plan. And moving on from here. So this is the bonus one. If y'all stuck to it, here we go, right? How will I build up my treasury? Right? How will I build this up? So let's check it out. First one is about 5% from my job paycheck will go into purchasing for the treasury. So every time I get paid, and I get paid bi-weekly, right? This is not just a one-time thing. It's bi-weekly. 5% of it will, from my job paycheck, will go into purchasing the treasury. Right. Any raises or additional funds that I get, right, I'll utilize it to put into the treasury. So there's a few raises I get, and there's a few things like traveling and all that I get additional funds, and that will go into the treasury. So I'm looking to raise this treasury as much as I can before the significant moves happen this year, which I don't think I have much time, but if I'm able to do it, I'm able to do it. Another thing too is if y'all have credit cards, which I have credit cards, any rewards I get from the credit cards, I will utilize that to also build up the treasury, right? And this also goes along the lines of right, keeping that split with the 25%, 50%, and so on. Right. But one of my main goals though is to really build up that treasury. Right. I also have whole life cash value life insurance. And with that, right, it does accrue interest. So I'm able to borrow against that, and I can utilize that for whatever I want, which is again to build up that treasury. Right. That's all that's for another video, which I'll potentially create, so you guys can create a great system that includes trading your crypto. And that's the interesting thing about trading. It is trading, but with this, right, it's almost like the Warren Buffett style type of, I guess, investing, trading, but with crypto. Because crypto, I know has significant gains, but again, right, being able to jump on something that has a lot of value, potential, and goodness like Bitcoin could be extremely life changing. But I'm diverging a little bit. So we got option premiums. I do got an options account, and I sell covered calls and cash secured puts. So anything I make off there will also get moved on over eventually. I think I'll do it each month and put it into that treasury and buying up. I was talking about the meme coins. So if I sell any of them, of course those will get pushed up into the treasury. And refunds, right? Like for instance, one of the refunds is like not even refunds, but if I go buy some, that I don't know, I go buy a shirt and I think it's gonna cost $30, but it's on sale for $15. The best thing to do is not, rather than just spend $15 and then that other $15 used for whatever else. I was originally going to spend $30, so that $15 that's saved will get pushed into the treasury. And then, of course, if this YouTube thing kicks off, I'll use that monetization and again put it into the treasury and build it up. And then maybe eventually, when all stars align, I'll let y'all know about my crypto holdings. But for now, so this is what we went through. We went over what happened in 2024, right? We put what is going to come up, or we went over what is coming up in 2025. I showed you the cryptos that I'm holding, talked to you about what I think is going to happen, showed you what my game plan is, and then hit you with that little bonus of how I'll build my treasury. And if you like this video, hey, help me out with that like, share, and subscribe, and hit that subscribe button. And then y'all tell me what's your game plan for this crypto cycle. Let me know by dropping a comment below. And like always, y'all have some great trading out there. Believe in yourself, have faith in your potential, trust can happen, and remember, it's only fiction without conviction.